I knew from the second I hit the record button that I was entering very dangerous territory. This will not be an easy video to make, but it's one that I just feel so passionate about, that I feel these words need to be put out here before we get Curse of the Blood Moon or any more episodes of Star. I'm going to make my statement very clear. Starco, Star, and Marco getting together should not happen in the show. Yet, let's talk about that today on Muni Mayhem. Welcome back to Muni Mayhem. I'm your host, Oscar Fox, and yeah, I don't think Starco should happen. At least, not at this current point in time. We are mere days away from another half-hour episode of Star vs. the Forces of Evil titled Curse of the Blood Moon, which is about, as the name implies, Star and Marco trying to break the Blood Moon's curse. Everyone and their mother can gather from just a title that this will be a Starco-focused episode. Probably the most popular ship in the fandom. A ship that I was on board with and could see happening until Season 4 began. I don't think Starco would be a healthy and happy relationship should it happen anytime soon. And this has been made clear, not by Marco, but with Tom. Star's relationship with Tom is a bit too realistic, and the point where I want these two to break up, and I think it's going to happen. Now, I defended Lake House Fever. A lot of people gave that episode backlash, feeling that Tom and Star should have broken up there, but I disagreed. And I still stand by that. I don't think they should have broken up in that episode, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't break up at all. Tom and Star should break up, and that may happen in Curse of the Blood Moon, and I think Tom will be the one to call things quits. It shouldn't be Star, but Tom to be the one that recognizes, Star, you shouldn't be in a relationship, at least not with me. Although yes, I believe in general she should not be in a relationship. Star has too much on her plate right now, and Tom is proof in the pudding that she cannot handle a relationship. I don't think a relationship with Marco would be any different. In fact, I think it might make things worse. Sometimes in life, regardless of feelings for each other, people work better as friends. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's look at Tom and Star since they began dating, and especially in this season. What's something they do in the show that they don't do with other characters? Think about it for a second. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. They read into every little thing they do to each other. A great example is the season premiere, Butterfly Follies, with Tom and Star's brief exchange on the phone. Tom simply realizing and pointing out that Star has been to the same tower she's gone in search of her mother countless of times already, to which Star takes it way too personally and then insults Tom's intelligence. And even though it was backhanded and something I don't think Star meant to be a sting, Tom read into that and immediately called Marco for consultation. As long as the show continues, there will always be conflict. And as long as there's always conflict, Star will always be under immense stress. And when Star is under immense stress, she tends to not treat people with as much respect as they deserve. As much as I adore Star as a character, she has a habit of being selfish. Like not telling Tom about the events of Booth Buddies, yet momentarily getting angry at him for speaking to his mother about it because he didn't tell Star. That was definitely a double standard, yet Tom immediately called that out. And Star somewhat recognized that it was wrong, but didn't exactly apologize for it either. On the topic of Booth Buddies, let's look at everything Star told to Marco after he kissed her. I have a boyfriend, you're my squire, I'm glad you were honest with me, but I wish it wasn't that honest. So first things first, boyfriend, Tom, yeah okay, let's say they break up. The issue of Marco still being her squire is present, and that is something important that's a problem. This goes beyond seasons 1 and 2 of Marco just hanging out with Star all the time. Now he has a sworn duty to her. He has to be on her side during every single mission. For them to be together would essentially be an employee dating their boss. There's a weird power dynamic there, even more double standards, and some very weird politics. Not to mention it'd be a lot harder for Star to bottle things up, like she already does with Tom. If she has an issue with Marco, and they're on a very important mission that's even more stress-inducing, she's going to lash out at him, and he's going to lash out back at her. Star does not have a good enough handle yet on her maturity, on her impulses and habits of half-truth, to date someone who's going to be that close to her on a day-to-day basis. I really love Star and Marco's dynamic, but I do think it would be in jeopardy should they get together. Quite literally because it's just written to go that way. Now, I know a lot of fans are hoping that Star vs. the Forces of Evil will subvert the normal, and that Star and Marco will end up prior to the finale. That will get a few episodes of Starco, and while it's certainly possible, I'm not sure I'm really for that. As I feel, with how the show has gone before in the past, any relationship that forms prior to the finale will be used against Star and Marco themselves. Because unlike other shows, Star and Marco aren't really a will they won't they at this point. They're interested in other people. Star's with Tom, and the show is finally beginning to continue to push Kelly and Marco, which I'm sure will actually set up the events of Curse of the Blood Moon. Kelly's World is a segment prior to that episode. I'm sure something will happen where one tries to make a move on the other, and just like in Bomber the Birthday Clown, Marco will feel the Blood Moon's presence and address his concerns to Star in the following episode. But guess what? Blood Moon curse or not, their feelings for each other aren't because of the curse. Forget about the Blood Moon. I'm sure it'll have major implications on Star and Marco in some way, but I think their romantic feelings goes way beyond a binding that Tom tried to put on himself and Star. Or we'll find out that the Blood Moon curse isn't really a curse at all, and that when it comes to romantic feelings, it's mainly for theatrics. Now yes, Star and Marco are based off of Darren Nefsey and her husband. I mean, look at her husband. That's Marco. But by the same merits, I feel like she knows fans would pick up on that and thus would expect Star and Marco to end up together. But I just don't see the scenario happening where Star and Marco end up together in the show while it's in the middle of a story arc and every fan and reviewer being satisfied because some kind of conflict will be thrown their way. From Star's maturity to Marco's track record with relationships and how he handled those, to the fact that while the show's always going on, there will always be conflict, I don't believe Starco should happen. Now, of course, I want to look on the other side. I want to give a counter-argument to my, counter-argument, and just briefly look at other animated series where the endgame pairing actually happened, and the show didn't use that against the characters. A great example would be Kim Possible. In the final season, Kim and Ron were still together. Now, there was one episode where Ron felt inadequate, that he needed to be a jock to date Kim, but beyond that, the relationship was pretty solid. They were happy, they were healthy, and to a lot of fans, it was a dream come true. Although, this mainly happened because the TV movie So the Drama was supposed to be the series finale, and then they got picked up for another season. They just decided to run with it instead of breaking them up. But another example would be The Amazing World of Gumball. The main character Gumball finally got with his crush Penny around the middle of the series, and they've been happy and together ever since. Now, there's probably been one or two episodes where the relationship is in peril just because the writer's room can't always be poppin', but they also seem very happy and healthy. And well, is that it? I think that might be it. The point is, it can work. But by those same merits, I don't know if the show's ever had its most popular ship happen between the two lead characters in the middle of its final season. But maybe that's where Star can break the mold. That being said, what do I think about a series finale pairing? Well, yes, I think then Starco should and will probably happen. Because one, at any point before that, it may feel too soon as we know her and Tom are likely going to break up. I don't want Star to go directly from Tom to Marco, that's kind of messed up. But if we had a series finale and a small time skip, just any leap in time, give it a month or two or even a year, and then we found out Star and Marco were together, that would make more sense. Give Star that time to mature, give that time to fizzle out, so Star getting into a relationship with Tom's best friend wouldn't be weird, and we can have a happy ever after without the worries of the plot using that relationship against themselves. Even if it's inevitable, I just want it to be done right, and just making it happen regardless of the context isn't doing it right. Doing it right would be allowing these characters to grow and find each other, which I don't think will happen at any point before the final few minutes of the series. But I could be wrong and eat my words. And the show may do it in a very compelling way where it does make sense for the characters at that point in time. But what do you guys think? Let me turn the conversation over to you. Let me know why I'm wrong in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own spicy hot takes, you can find me at ARTWITHKODA. We're also on Instagram. Special thanks to ARTWITHKODA for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of his wonderful art, you can find him on Tumblr and Instagram at ARTWITHKODA, and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link down below in the description. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable so you never miss any great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. ARTWITHKODA, out.